In this video, I'll be sharing with you a tutorial on how to cut this backless alternate play suit. So to start, for this pattern, I'll be cutting this in a miniature size so that it will be easy for me to explain. So in front, I have a space which is about 3 inches. That part is for my front crotch extension. Now the next step you want to take is to mark your shoulder to bust. I'll be using this for my shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, and my shoulder to waist. Now to get your hip point, you're going to mark 8 inches from your waistline to get your hip point. Please remember I'm drafting this in a miniature size. This last part I'm marking now is my bust line. So you're going to place your tape and you mark your shoulder measurement divided by 2. You're going to come down by 1 inch. Now note, all this measurement is starting after this line we have in front. For the neckline, you'll be using at least 3 inches. So let's take this as 3 inches for the neckline because I'm drafting this in a miniature size. So what you do is to go ahead to connect from your neckline all the way to your shoulder slope. Next is to mark your chest line, and to get your chest line is your bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. Then I'll make a mark at that point. I'll place my ruler and draw out a straight line. After marking that, I'm going to place back my tape and I'll mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2 again at the chest line. Remember, all my measurement is starting after that line. So I'll go ahead to draw a straight line. Now I'll be dividing what I have here into 2 equal parts and I'll mark. I'll come out by ½ inch. Then place my tape, mark your bust measurement divided by 4. Now connect from the midpoint to the upper part and connect from your bust circumference to the midpoint of your pattern. After marking this, you want to start by marking your dart. Measure your nipple to nipple and divide it by 2. My actual nipple to nipple is 7 inches. Divided by 2, it will give you 3.5. So whatever your own measurement is, place your ruler and you're going to connect this all the way to the lower part of this pattern. The midpoint of the armhole, I'm going to connect it back to the bust point. Now for your dart intake, I'll be using ½ inch on both sides. We are just marking a basic princess dart. Now from here, I'll come down by 1 inch and I'll connect this and also connect at the other side. Now you want to go ahead to extend this dart 6 inches after your waistline. So let's take this as 6 inches after my waistline and I'll go ahead to connect. After connecting, this is what I have. I'll mark ½ inch on both sides of the initial dart and I'll go ahead to blend it into the initial dart line that I have here. Now this ½ inch on both sides will give you 1 inch. So what you're going to do is you're going to replace that 1 inch by the other side of the armhole. Go out by 1 inch and then reconnect it back into the armhole of the dress. After doing that, I will go ahead to use my marker to outline my pattern. Now the next step we are going to take is to insert our body measurement. On the bust line, mark your bust measurement divided by 4. Now this dart intake of 1 inch, you pick it, then add 1 inch for your stitching allowance. Now why I'm using 1 inch is going to use ½ inch to turn your lining and ½ inch for joining allowance. For this dress, you don't need much sewing allowance by the side. Mark your under bust measurement divided by 4. Measure the dart intake, replace and add your sewing allowance. The next step is to mark your waist measurement divided by 4. Then you mark, go ahead to pick the dart intake you have here, replace it and add your sewing allowance. Now from the lower part, I'm going to mark the hip measurement divided by 4. My hip is 40. If you divide it by 4, you have 10. Then I'll add 1 inch. Next step I'll take is to go ahead to connect from the under bust to the upper part, the bust area, to the waist, to the hip point. Now whatever I have on my hip, I'll take it down to the lower part of this pattern. Now the next step I'm going to take is find my crotch. So because I'm making a play suit or a jumpsuit, whenever you're making that, divide your hip by 3 and mark. That is how to get your crotch for a playsuit or jumpsuit. You can use your hip measurement divided by 4 and add extra 1.5 inches to your measurement. Then that line I have, I'll extend it by 2. Now to get your front crotch extension is your hip measurement divided by 16. Now if I divide my own, I have 2.5 inches. So I'll just go ahead to draw out my crotch curve connecting to that extension I have in front. Now the next step is to get your lap or tie line, which is usually 2 inches or 1.5 inches after your crotch line. And I'll go ahead to draw out the straight line. So here is my lap or tie line. Now what I'll do is to measure around your tie, and whatever measurement you have, divide it by 2, then add 1 inch for stitching allowance. Then I will go ahead to mark. So let's take it to be at this point. You know, I'm cutting this in a miniature size. So what I'll do is I'll connect from this point all the way to my crotch. Now after connecting, whatever I have at the tie line, I will take it down. But you can decide to measure where your playsuit will stop. But if you look at what we have on the thumbnail, the lower part is a bit free. So that's why I'm just using my tie measurement and I'm taking it all the way down. So after I'm done marking this, now we're going to work on the upper part of this pattern, the neckline and the button allowance area. So for the neckline, I'm using 3 by 2.5 inches, right? From here, I'll blend out this side and connect. This is to create the alter neck effect, and I'm coming down by 1 to 2 inches after my bust line. Now if you want your back to be too revealing, you can go down the more. Now decide where you want your neckline to be. So at first I marked 2 inches for my button allowance because I actually wanted to fold it, but because of the type of neckline we have here, we have like a V neckline, so it's best to use a facing or turn it up with your lining. I'll stop the button allowance towards this area. Now I'll go ahead to outline this. After doing this, what I'll do is to connect my neckline. So remember, this dress has like a collar, and the collar started a bit higher. So what I'll do is from this part I'll mark and then connect. So you have to determine where you want the collar to stop at the upper part of your neckline. Then I'll blend this in. So after cutting this, just like I said, I went ahead to readjust my button allowance. I wanted to fold it before, but when you're making this with a V neckline, it's best to like turn it with your facing, because by the time you fold it, it might not give you the neckline you're looking for. So what I'm going to do is just to go ahead to readjust this to 1 inch. So you're going to cut out a facing or you're going to turn it with your lining. I'll go ahead to clean out the areas that I don't need again. And I'll also go ahead to readjust it. So this is what I have at this part, and I'll go ahead to outline my pattern. So before I forget, I want to go ahead to just add 1/2 inch here, which I'll be using to stitch this part of the crotch of the trouser, right? I don't want to like forget it when I'm cutting out my pattern, so I'll just add that 1/2 inch. So this is what I have at this point. If you have any questions so far, please go ahead to ask. Now let's determine the neckline. So you want to measure from the upper part to where your neckline stops. So what I have here is 3.3 inches, sorry. So when you're marking yours on your actual measurement, you want to determine where your collar will stop at the front. Now for the back neckline, we have a basic neckline of 3 by 1 inch. If you measure a basic neckline of 3 by 1 inch, what you're going to have is 3.5 inches. Most times it is a standard, like it comes out that way. So these 3 inches we have in front and the 3.5 inches we have at the back, we'll be using it to cut out the collar of this dress. Now before going ahead to draft the collar, we're going to cut this out. So at this point, if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please kindly hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, leave your comments also at the comment section. So after cutting this, you want to also indicate where the collar will stop. Then we are going to slash this and we'll be joining it back just like we have on the thumbnail. So this is what I have for the front. Now let's go ahead to cut out the collar of this dress. Now for the collar of this dress, you're going to mark that 3 inches plus 3.5. It will give you 6.5 inches. For this 6.5 inches, you're going to divide it by 2 and you will mark. Now from the back, you're going to come up by 1/2 inch. Remember, you're marking this on fold. Now connect it to that midpoint that you have here. Now determine the height of your collar stand. I'm using 1 inch for my collar stand. If you feel 1 inch is not enough, you can go ahead to use 1.5. After marking this, you want to go ahead to place your curved drill to connect. So I'll just go ahead to connect all these points. After connecting, the next step is to go ahead to determine the height of the collar itself. And for the back, you can use at least 2 inches or 2.5. Now I'm going up by 4 inches here. This is because of what we have there is a bit pointy and lengthy. So I'll just come out slightly by 1/2 inch here, then reconnect it back, blend it in very well. So what I'll do now is just to draw out a curve because the collar looks a bit curvy towards this point. So if you notice that we have like a slight curve there, which I'll just go ahead to do. Then after cutting out, if you feel you're not okay with what you have, please go ahead to readjust your collar. Now just go ahead to cut this out. You can cut this as one piece together, or you can just cut out your collar stand and your collar, then join it back. Any method that is okay for you, but make sure that whatever you're cutting is on fold. Now just like I said, if you're not okay with what you have, you can easily go ahead to readjust. Now let's work on the back pattern of this dress, which is the final stage. So for this, I'm coming out by 2 inches in front. These 2 inches in front will be serving as my crotch extension for the back. So after marking this, now remember the back of this dress is backless, and you also want to determine where it will start. So whatever you have should also align with the back. Now draw out a line at that point. So I'll just pin this down, and at that point I have that slight line that I just drew. Now I'll pleat it out. I'll fold this out, right? I don't want to cut it yet, because I'm just assuming that if you're making yours, you have to like draft out your front and back pattern before placing your pattern on the fabric to cut. Now remember to add extra 1.5 inches on top for the back pattern, because you'll be creating an elastic casing at the upper part of the dress. Now another thing you want to do is fold in 1/2 inch of the back pattern. That is that button allowance. Fold it into 1/2 inch. That 1/2 inch in front will now serve as a joining allowance for the back piece. Then you're going to go ahead to pin this down. After pinning, you're also going to pin the other side. Remember, you're going to cut this out and join it too. For the back pattern, all you have to do is just go ahead to trace out your pattern and add that extra 1.5 inches at the upper part. Now the dart space at the center part will be giving that extra free effect we need at the back, because if you notice the back pattern is a bit free. Then all you have to do is to connect at this side. Now for the front, for the back extension, I added extra 2 inches, but I reduced it to 1.5 inches. So from this part now, at the towards the tie line, I added 1 inch, and I will be connecting this. Then after connecting it, I'll take it down. This is because I don't want this playsuit to be tight at the lower part, because what we have is slightly free. So just like I said, I went ahead to readjust what I have here. At this point, I came out by 2 inches before, but I readjusted it to 1.5, which I will go ahead to connect. So after connecting, you're almost done. And when you're cutting your pattern, you want to make sure that this part is closed up very well, so that the lower part of this playsuit at the back will tally with what we have at the lower part. That it won't be too wide than the opening at the lower part. So what you do next is just to go ahead to cut out your pattern. you're going to go ahead to cut this out as one piece. So that opening at the back, if you notice for this pattern at the back, is slightly free, so I'll just go ahead to cut this out. Then I will go ahead to cut out the crotch area. Now take this all the way up, and then from this side you can extend it out a little, because at the back upper part is a bit free and we have like an elastic there. So what you're going to do is just to go ahead to cut out 2 pieces for the back of this pattern and join it back, and also fold the 1.5 inches we added at the upper part for an elastic casing for the back.